Oh god, it's been a really busy week. Have a bring your own class compilation to welcome in the weekend as some stuff. I don't know, do any of you watch this anymore? Anyways, we're kicking this one off with Gamu. Apparently the first female character in BYOC so far. Impressive. Anyway, she's a witch, and in place of traditional weapons, instead plays host to a curious selection of orbs. Can you ponder them? I don't know, but you can certainly turn people into ice, pummel them with flame, douse them in poison, help them with rocks, prod them with lightning, and when all else fails, deploy the tactical nuclear orb. Interestingly, for the majority of these, you can also hold down the fire button for an alternative attack or effect, and the alt fire, which is activated by picking up the SSG, will allow you to summon some degree of familiar for the majority of orbs, save for the stone orb and the nuke orb, which is a shame, because I really want to know what a nuke familiar looks like. Expanding the female representation of the BYOC roster, we now take a look at Kyuturu. That's probably a terrible pronunciation, I don't care, I'm keeping it in! Kyuturu certainly skews more defensive than offensive, a nine-tailed fox lady that apparently embodies balance, while also having blades for hands. Certainly one of the more interesting aspects of this class are the ability to place down a Torii gate that essentially acts as a teleport point for either yourself or other players. But yeah, general rule of thumb with this class is that primary usage of most weapon slots will be for offensive purposes, be that in the form of paper talismans, rocks, tornadoes, or the spirits of the dead. The secondaries are definitely where the more defensive arts creep in. You can heal yourself by stroking your own tail, summon healing and armor items, grant yourself an increase in speed, and much more usefully for allies, summon a shrine that can heal, while also damaging enemies within its radius. Moving on to the next class here and bring your own class, we have Lothar. Certainly a more straightforward character than the last few. Lothar takes advantage of an eclectic roster of weaponry, including the Winchester Model 1887, Milk, a FAMAS, a rocket launcher, wait, no, gotta say it right,
Rocket launcher,
Dragon Ball Z Ki Blasts, and a weapon that appears to shoot Toho projectiles. Anyway, the main quirk of this is the motivation meter, which is fueled by killing and coffee. Alt fires use up motivation in varying quantities depending on the weapon, and if you do in fact find yourself running low, you can always wait for your coffee meter to recharge, whereupon you can take another chug. Apparently your level of motivation will also factor into your character's speed, fire rate, and damage dealt, so interesting trade-offs to consider on that front. But enough talk, time to turn this place into a bullet hell. Next up in BYOC, we have a character that's apparently the personification of a French battle tank, Francette Leclerc. Befitting her tank origins, she is an absolute unit with 400 points of health, and at any point regardless of current weapon wielded, you can bring to bear a big old cannon over the shoulder and just blast whatever's in front of you in the face. In terms of that aforementioned arsenal, we got the Benelli shotgun, an Italian classic, the good old-fashioned FAMAS, a 50 cal sniper rifle, an M2 Browning machine gun, and, just for good measure, an airstrike, when you absolutely positively have to pummel demons into the dirt. Interestingly, can't recoup health by health pickups in the level, instead you gotta do that with a non-character ability, of which is in limited supply, and you've also got to be a bit careful about your maneuverability. She is a tank after all, and firing on enemies will greatly slow you down. Next up on BYOC, we have somewhat of a wacky character here in the form of Gungarth. No, I don't know what's on his head, but either way, he has a katana at the ready at all times, and an eclectic roster of weaponry that all have their own particular alt-fire quirks. The revolver, for example, has a primary that can also occasionally land headshots, while the secondary allows you to fan fire. The shotgun is in fact a slot gun, and gambling with it will allow you to fire additional sequential shots and sometimes a greater spread. The super shotgun has a fishing rod attached to it. The chain gun spits out fireworks, which alternatively can be embedded on an enemy and then explode on death. The rocket launcher fires corn cobs, which naturally enables you to carpet bomb areas with popcorn. The glitched out Mega Man Buster here does strange things to enemies. The pinballer sends a bowling ball ricocheting all over the place, and you also have the ability to draw pretty much whatever you like on the walls, in a vast array of colors. Do you like my cowboy hats? Woo! So that wraps up another week. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm gonna go lie down now. Here's my list of patrons, they're wonderful people. It only costs $1 to support my shenanigans, and boy do I need the help. This has been Mr. Icarus. Thank you very much for watching. Icarus out.